Hey everybody, how you doing? This is a short video, and I just thought I'd share a few tips on, job hunting. Recently, there's been some layoffs in a number of tech companies, and there's no great secret, AWS was part of that. So, really reaching out to some of my colleagues and trying to help them stay focused, stay grounded, and continue the effort. So, tip number one. The sales job doesn't stop because you've just been laid off. We're salespeople through and through, whether you're a technical person, whether you're a actual salesperson, and you've got to continue that sales motion. The only difference is you're now selling a different product, and that product is you. So when selling yourself, here are a couple of things I would ask you to think about. Number one, in your resume, make sure you put in your executive summary at the beginning what it is that you can potentially do to impact somebody else's organization. Many times, I look at resumes and I see that it's a list of achievements and a list of skills. If you just leave it at that, it's up to the employer or the potential employer to try and decipher what it is you may or may not be able to do. Always talk about future outcomes you can deliver for your customer, and your skills and your achievements support your thesis on what you can do for them. So ensure that your resume shows an employer the potential that you can have for them. The second thing is that treat your potential employer as a customer, as you would do if you were selling. When you see a job listing, try to take that job listing in the same vein as an RFI or an RFP, meaning a request for information or request for proposal. Try and research the job listing and understand what a potential employer is trying to solve by employing you into that role. Meaning, if they have a job listing, they definitely have a requirement of doing something for them. Research if they are actually trying to sell more storage or sell more data analytics or sell more cloud. What is it specifically they're asking you for when they put that job listing up? And research the markets for those particular employers' products and see what the markets are doing. For those of you who recently attended some of my sales transformation training, we focused on selling business outcomes. Treat this exactly the same way. When you see a job listing, try and understand what business outcomes the employer is trying to solve for. And if you can do that, then what you need to do then is add a customized cover letter with what we call something like a flanking statement or a fragmented statement, which gives a potential employer an alternative point of view on how to go and capture the market or do the job that they're advertising for. So treat it as a business outcomes customer engagement. Your customer is the potential employer. And the third thing I'd like to say, don't send the same resume or CV to every employer. Always write a cover letter which includes that flanking statement or that fragmented statement with your research on how you personally can impact the requirements of the job spec. If you do this, you'll stand out. And then the final thing is, don't just submit your cover letter and your resume into a job search engine or an application engine. Go and search, as you would with a customer, the personas in that business group that might be part of the products that the employer wants you to sell. Send your resume and your cover letter to multiple contacts in that product group, and one of them will surely know the hiring manager for that job listing that you are trying to apply for. Treat this like a normal customer engagement. Establish the problem that the employer is trying to solve. Put your research forward in a flanking statement and make sure you target the right personas who have an interest in you coming on board and making an impact on that business for that job listing. Those are my tips for today. And as per my article, if anybody wants any help with their resume, I'm happy to help you review it and give you some tips and advice on how you can better structure it. Thanks for everybody for listening. This is Mickey and Mickey's Munchies and signing out. Bye-bye.